What's your once a year thing you can't miss? My mom's side of the family has gone to Columbia State Historic Park in California every year for the last 12 years to attend the historic Columbia Lamplight Tour. We dress in pioneer, Gold Rush era costumes and participate in the walking play. It is the weirdest thing ever, but I look forward to it every year. The local bakery makes the best cakes I've ever had. They're absolutely terrible for you, and I can feel my blood sugar rise every time I eat it, but I get one every year on my birthday. One day a year I don't go into work because I just don't feel like it, then spend the day lounging around the house doing nothing. A local radio station plays Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie every year on American Thanksgiving. Desert Bus. Once it starts I'm tuned in for the whole week. Takeout pizza on the anniversary of our moving in day. Our first meal in our house was crappy pizza, so we always do the same every year. Watching the 24 hours of Le Mans stream live. Preparing my battle station is also part of the event. Several screens, tablet with live timing, pillows, blanket, snacks, coffee machine at arm's reach, drinks. Someday, I'll go there in person. Punk rock bowling festival in Las Vegas with my pops. I go to my hometown every year and bake cookies with my grandmother for Christmas. I have never missed a year. Once a year I go through the contacts in my phone and do one of two things. Either I delete them because they aren't people I talk to, or I make a point to reconnect with them. Often that results in lots of texts and occasionally short road trips to visit. Edit. A kind stranger saw fit to give me a silver. Thank you. I appreciate it. Many of you seem to enjoy my idea, so I'll be sure to share more in the future. I'm in the middle of my review for this year, so I have a tip for everyone trying this idea. Try not to spread yourself too thin reconnecting with people. You don't want to end up ignoring some and missing an opportunity. Thanks again everyone. Homemade hot apple tea idea around Halloween. While we watch a hokey spooky movie, think Hocus Pocus Goosebumps the Mask, etc. Bundled in blankets. Halloween is my favorite holiday and we started this tradition when husband and I got our first apartment together. It's just a good fun way to get in the spirit. Also have to go see the Spirit Halloween stores. Never buy anything, but love seeing all the over the top animatronic things lol. Had a buddy bet that I couldn't eat a box of Peeps, the Easter marshmallow gross treats, and he passed away shortly after I tried the challenge and failed. Each year I go out and buy a box and power through eating the whole thing as fast as I can for him. Kind lame but hey, he was a great friend / coworker. A trip to the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. It's a Gilded Age resort. There are no cars allowed on the island, and yes, it's the place they shot Somewhere in Time. There's something wonderful and magical about the place, and it is always a highlight. Groundhog's Day. I celebrate the **T out of that holiday. I have a costume, throw a party, and have even seen the great punks at Phil live. I also really enjoy Easter. I'm all about the magical road and themed holidays. Hearing the Monster Mash on the radio on Halloween. It has to happen organically though. It's not the same if I play it myself, and it doesn't feel like Halloween if I don't hear it. Pretzel Day. WrestleMania. We're not in America, so every year we book the day after WrestleMania off, get in a ton of good junk food, and spend the day mocking or cheering, depending how the show is. A Muppets Christmas Carol on Thanksgiving after dinner. The Mullet Festival. It's this tiny oh my god redneck festival in this tiny town in Florida celebrating the worst fish you can eat in the panhandle. It's not particularly amazing. It's more of a cultural experience if you will. Edit. For those asking, it's the one in Nashville held in October, not at Floribama. For those saying you're disappointed it wasn't about the haircut, if you went there you would know it wasn't. My dad and I run a 4-mile race on the 4th of July. He dresses as Uncle Sam. I dress as Mega Man. We then go to the local diner afterwards. Watching horror movies with friends and loads of pancakes. Every pancake day me and some friends meet up for this. It's a really fun tradition. Every year on Thanksgiving I listen to our Loguthrus Alice's restaurant in its entirety. I also usually make a point to call my high school best friend, who has since moved away, and catch up a bit, since he was the one who introduced me to the song. My baseball oriented vacation. Edit. You guys are making it so difficult to choose my next stadium. I have Atlanta, Colorado, Seattle, Minnesota, and Kansas City remaining. Also, you guys are amazing with all the suggestions and tips. When I was young and unafraid, it was Gen Con. My friends and I would show up 2 days early and stay an extra day for a solid week of gaming. Now that I'm old and tired, it's a gaming weekend with only about 20 attendees at a friend's cabin in the mountains of northern Georgia. Beautiful scenery, great hiking, and of course hours and hours of Lords of Waterdeep side Dead of Winter Excalibur Secret Hitler BSG. All the nerding a girl could want in the awesomest 5 days of the year. Heart-shaped pizza on Valentine's Day and pumpkin-shaped pizzas for Halloween. Miss you, baby. Every year on Christmas Eve, I need to watch Bob the Builder: A Christmas to Remember. Nearly cried a couple years ago when I nearly missed it. A giant once-a-year charity book sale. Books cost $2. I've acquired a collection of old books just from that sale. I think my oldest was published in 1853. I adore the old books of poetry, especially, as well as books that lend themselves to more personal notations. A 7th grader's science book from the 1920s, full of doodles of flappers and little poems about how very boring they find biology. A book from 1919 that had an ex libris. Basically this book belongs to, of a family motto and crest, as well as an inscription giving the book to a woman, signed by a man. I managed to find info about the family online, and that woman was not his wife, Tres Scandale. Bibles and books of common prayer, full of newspaper clippings of recipes and silly pieces of poetry, and family births written in fountain pen. Once, a very old novel with flowers pressed between the pages. I love history, and my old books contain these small bits of individual lives. That book sale is indescribably wondrous. Going on a trip to King's Dominion. Monday, group of 30 of my buddies all get together at a property owned by one of the group's family. There's a giant in-ground pool, if it's nice and warm, big yard, and a huge shed/barn where we set up tents if the weather isn't so nice. We play a round of 18 holes of golf in the morning, usually a scramble, and as always there is betting. Then meet out at the property around 10 to 11 am, drink beer, eat fantastic barbecue, and have a yard games tournament. $100 buy-in, 2-player teams. The tournament takes almost all day. Split the winnings 70/30 between first and second place. After it ends, we get fires going, drink more beer, shenanigans, and return to tents to pass out eventually. It's a good time and we always do it around mid/end September here in the Midwest where it's usually not hot, not cold, just kind of perfect for yard games, beer, and a bonfire. Every year on my birthday I stay awake until 2 in the morning, the time I was born. Doesn't matter if I have to work or get up early the next day. My mom was suffering for 24 hours straight to give me my life, so I do it out of solidarity. I'm doing it since I was 10, and I'm turning 24 soon. She has no idea about it. Also watching Love Actually every year at Christmas. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.